In this video, you will learn how to write and identify triads. Triads are a group of three notes that are stacked in thirds. Sometimes triads are referred to as a chord, but this is a more general term that refers to any grouping of notes played. A triad refers to only three notes grouped together. To create a triad, you will need to stack thirds. As a review, a minor third is 3 half steps and a major third is 4 half steps. Thirds must be written on consecutive lines or spaces. So if you start with a note that's on a line, you need to go to the next line above. Same thing with spaces, you go to the next space above. There are 4 different kinds of triads: major triad, minor triad, augmented triad, and diminished triads. A major triad is created by writing a major third and then placing a minor third on top of it. For example, to write a C major triad, you will write C and then go up 4 half steps for the major third, and that will bring you to E natural, and then you will go up 3 more half steps to create a minor third on top. That's going to be G. So C to E is a major third, and E to G is a minor third, and when you play them all together, that creates a major triad. A major triad has the major third on the bottom and a minor third on top. Next, we have the minor triad. The minor triad has a minor third on the bottom and a major third on top. An example of this would be the C minor triad. We have C, and then we go up 3 half steps, which will lead us to E flat, and then we go up 4 more half steps, which will put us on G. C to E flat is a minor third, and E flat to G is a major third. So a minor triad is a minor third on the bottom and a major third on top. The next triad we have is the augmented triad, and this comprises of 2 major thirds stacked on top of one another. An example of a C augmented triad would be C up to E, which is going to be 4 half steps, and then E natural up to G sharp. Both of these from C to E is 4 half steps, and E to G sharp is 4 half steps. Please note that these intervals are written as thirds. You cannot write a C, E, and an A flat to create a C augmented triad, because then you would not have a third stack of thirds. So you must write C, E, G sharp in order to write a C augmented triad. You can abbreviate this triad with writing a plus sign after the note or C aug AUG. The final type of triad is the diminished triad. This comprises of 2 minor thirds, so 2 intervals of 3 half steps written as thirds. An example of this is the C diminished chord, C diminished triad. Those terms are interchangeable. This comprises of a C, and then you go up 3 half steps to the E flat, and then from E flat you're going to go up 3 more half steps to G flat. The abbreviation for a diminished triad is the letter name with the degree sign, or just C dim. Now let's take a look at some examples. I have done the first one for you. When you go to identify triads, you first must determine the size of the intervals between the pitches. So in this first example, we start on an F and go up to an A flat. This is 3 half steps apart. If you go on your piano keyboard and count up, that's going to be from F to A flat. That will be 3 half steps, which is why I wrote the triangle for the minor third. Then we measure the interval from A flat to C, which is going to be 4 half steps or a major third. Once you have that labeled as a minor third and a major third, you can determine which pattern that follows in the triads. In this example, a minor third with a major third stacked on top is going to be a minor triad. So this is called an F minor triad or an F minor chord. Please pause or replay this portion of the video so that you can write down the next 3 examples. You will need to identify each type of third in these stacks and then determine what that means in terms of which type of triad it is. Here you can see the answers to each example. We have an E major triad, which comprises of a major third from E to G sharp, and then G sharp to B is a minor third. So a major third stacked on top with a minor third stacked on top of it is a major triad. Next, we have a G diminished triad. You notice the degree sign can also be substituted for writing out diminished or DIM for the abbreviation. This G diminished triad is created by a minor third stacked on top of another minor third. So we have G to B flat is 3 half steps apart, a minor third. B flat to D flat, also a minor third. Finally, we have 2 major thirds stacked on top of one another, which create a D augmented triad. D to F sharp is 4 half steps apart. That's going to be a major third. And F sharp to A sharp is going to be 4 more half steps, so another major third. This is a D augmented triad. The name of the triad is determined by the lowest note when it is stacked in a group of thirds. So we have an F minor triad with an F on the bottom. If that had been an F sharp and we had a minor third and then a major third on top of it, we would call that an F sharp minor triad. So you must use the sharp or flat that goes with the bottom note in these stacks of thirds. Finally, let's practice writing triads. Please pause the video to write down these 3 triads on your own. Here you are being asked to write a C augmented triad, an E diminished triad, and an A major triad in bass clef, starting on the given pitches. Here are the answers. Make sure that when you are writing triads that you are writing them first in a stack of thirds. So you should have written circles on C, E, and G. You need those note heads on C, E, and G. Then determine the formula that you need to use. So in the first set of notes, we needed to write a major third and another major third. So you have C to some type of E. You look on the keyboard, you go up 4 half steps, and that creates C to E and major third 4 half steps. Then E to G, some kind of G. We've got to find out which one it is, which is 4 half steps above. So that would lead you to G sharp. If you wrote this note as A flat, that is not written as a stack of thirds. It must be C, E, G sharp for a C augmented triad.